guys, welcome back to Welcome Home Custom. Today we are going to learn how to assemble our holiday mantle archways. Let's get started.
Okay, let's jump into the files. First, you will notice that we have design pieces, backers, and frame and stand. Let's go ahead and start with the backers file. We have the Hanukkah set, the reindeer and tree set, and the angel set, along with an optional backer for acrylic. When you open the backers file, you will notice that I have a bunch of files. They all will have a 3-digit number at the end or no tab. The best way to determine which file to use is to grab the material measurement tool on the website welcomehomecustom.com and jump over to the freebies section and cut out your material measurement tool. Back to the file. Once we open this file, you will see that we have red and black for our cut lines and our score lines. If you select one of the tabs, you will notice that it is going to match the file name. The last 3 numbers will be the height of your tab in the file. So it is 225. We open the 225 file. Moving on to the frame and stand. Again, your mahogany stand and bow ties is going to have the last 3 numbers that you're going to want to match up once again with your material measurement tool. If I select this slot, you will see it says 225, just like the file had stated. Down here, these are all of your bow ties that you're going to use to connect your frame together. If you want to make 8 sets, you will cut out the entire file. If you only want to make 1, you cut 1 stand and 3 bow ties. Jumping over to the frame and stand file, you will see that we again can cut 8 sets. This piece right here is to glue to the bottom of your stand for additional support and make it decorative. These pieces are your frame pieces with the little notch for your bow ties. Make sure to check out the written instructions, as it will show you exactly what pieces to cut out if you wish to only make 1 set. Moving on to the pieces file, we have sorted by wood and pieces all. So I went ahead and sorted this in 2 different ways. One, you can do all of the pieces on 1 sheet of wood if you like to paint, or it is sorted by different types of wood that I used, and so you can use my recommendations to recreate the files exactly as shown in the pictures. The black should be scored, which for a light burn user, that is a fast line, low power. If you attempt to use engrave or fill, it will error out. You will also note that the pieces are all grouped together. If you're using the SVG, PDF and AI will not stay grouped. Last thing I want to note is the file is set up to complement wood grain, moving left to right. If your wood grain in your laser is running top to bottom, then I suggest that you rotate the entire file so that the file matches and also runs top to bottom. This way you make sure the wood grain is complementing your piece and not working against it. Let's go ahead and jump into file assembly. Okay, so here are all the pieces already cut, and I went ahead and laid them all down on their backers because I'm going to use the tape, flip, and glue method for a majority of them. If I remove this reindeer, you can see he's got little scored lines, gives you an idea of where the pieces should go. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to tape the joints of my frame. And then I am going to remove the frame altogether. And then I'm going to tape my reindeer together loosely. I'm not going to worry about it being a tight fit yet because we're going to make some adjustments once it is glued down. So I felt that adding glue to the reindeer and then placing on top would be easier. I'm using my silicone brush along with my glue bottle to just add some dots of glue and then dab and spread the glue out all over the reindeer. We can then place onto our backer and then move on to adding glue to our frame. Again, I'm using the silicone brush along with my glue bot to apply glue and spread it out evenly. We can now flip the frame back onto the backer itself. And now we are going to start to finesse the pieces a bit just to make sure they are in the perfect spot. Go ahead and remove all of your tape, and then you are going to want to feel around the entire piece, just making sure that things are lined up the way they should be, that nothing is overlapping the backer wood, and that all your pieces are fitting nice and tight. Last, I will finish up with a couple of smaller pieces that didn't need to be taped together and place them in their appropriate spots. Now, for some of the files, you may find it easier to remove the frame as one piece with tape, but go ahead and add glue to the backer and apply your pieces. I found that especially true for the angel because of some of the finer pieces that we were working with. So if you do that, that is okay as well. Just make sure that you are not overlapping your cedar backer in any way and adding glue to an area that you don't want glue. At this point, we can go ahead and glue up every single piece, following similar instructions to what I did with either the angel or the reindeer. And then I am going to go ahead and take them out to my garage and coat them with a seal coat of shellac. And then last, we are going to add the base. For the base, you have mahogany and walnut. If you followed the same instructions, you will notice the walnut has a slot in this video. I actually did away with that slot. I don't think it's necessary. So instead of a slot, you will see a scored line, and that's just showing you where to glue it and line it up. At this point, I would simply insert your archway into your base, and then we are going to glue the base to the walnut base and let it dry.
All right, guys, that's it. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out my other tutorials on how to make files just like this. Thanks so much.